Welcome, one and all. Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, it is an historic evening because, as we speak, President Trump is meeting with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, a scenario that just a few years ago would have been unthinkable because it includes the phrase, President Trump. Now, the summit actually started at 9 a.m. Tuesday morning Singapore time, which is 9 p.m. New York time. So they're actually meeting in the future, which finally explains both their haircuts. So I don't know what technology is involved there, but it's not human. So tensions are high, and the United States is on the precipice of unthinkable international conflict, and that's with Canada. Our relations have not been this bad with Canada since they stole the word bacon. Canadian bacon is just round ham, you monsters. Now, you ice holes. Now, if you're one of those nerds out there who values the Western alliance that has safeguarded democracy for 70 years, it was a tough weekend for you because Canada hosted the G7 and it did not go the good. Now, keep in mind, the G7 are our trading partners. And right before he attended, Donald Trump declared protectionist trade tariffs against all of them. That's like showing up to an AA meeting with Captain Morgan. Now, the spirit of the entire summit, the tension of the entire weekend can be summed up by this picture. I believe it's entitled, Still Life with Douchebag. Now, he's like a toddler who's put a Lego in his mouth. And they're like, spit it up. Now, these things, these meetings, every time they end with what's called a joint communique, an agreement of intention between the nations. Trump agreed to sign it, but after he left, Justin Trudeau said this about opposing tariffs on the U.S.
I have made it very clear to the president that it is not something we relish doing, but it is something that we absolutely will do, because Canadians, we're polite, we're reasonable, but we also will not be pushed around.
Oh, I believe him. They will not be pushed around. These are people whose idea of fun is strapping blades on their feet and punching each other in the face on a frozen lake. But still, they're a polite people, and that was pretty mild, but Trump was not amused. He then unsigned the communique. He basically broke up with NATO via tweet. Angela Merkel called his action sobering and somewhat depressing. Well, I'll join you with depressing, but while Trump is president, you're on your own with sober. Yeah, it's real. Don't go far with that. Then Trump tweeted, PM Justin Trudeau of Canada acted so meek and mild during our G7 meetings only to give a news conference after I left saying that U.S. tariffs were kind of insulting and he will not be pushed around. Very dishonest and weak. Wow, he is mad. It's like Trudeau stole his girlfriend. Oh, wait, he kind of did. Now, they're friends. They're friends. Now, demolishing our relationship with our closest ally might seem like a bad idea, but Trump's top advisors think otherwise, like Trump trade advisor and dehydrated Tommy Lee Jones, Peter Navarro.
Chris, there's a special place in hell for any foreign leader that engages in bad faith diplomacy with President Donald J. Trump.
Yes, Canadian hell. Where Bud Light is on tap, they never play Gordon Lightfoot, and you have to choose between Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling. It's torture. Who would I choose? Who could I... Oh. They know which one I'd choose. So, Canada's our enemy now. In fact, according to the Washington Post, no U.S. officials have ever spoken this way about any U.S. ally ever. These are the kind of words that normally precede military action. We're going to war with Canada. Oh, my God. We're going to have to put Alex Trebek in a detention center. I bet you don't have an answer for that one, do you, you smug bastard? And we love Alex Trebek. We love him. And what makes this even crazier is that while he's slapping around our allies, Trump is stroking our enemies.
This used to be the G8, not the G7. And something happened a while ago where Russia is no longer in. I think it would be an asset to have Russia back in.
Wait, I'm sorry, something happened a while ago? You mean the invasion of Crimea, eastern Ukraine, and shooting down of a passenger jet? Did you just yada yada over war crimes? Can you do that with any atrocity? I mean, who knows how World War I happened? A web of entangling European alliances engineered by Otto von Bismarck, yada, yada, yada. Warhorse wins the Tony. It's a happy ending. And that wasn't the only time Trump shilled for his Kremlin crew.
They threw Russia out. They should let Russia come back in, because we should have Russia at the negotiating table.
I understand you want Russia at the negotiating table, but Don Jr. already tried that and he got caught. Now, Mr. President, this really looks like Russia has something on you. What is it? Please tell me it's something more than the PP tape. Because this is Western democracy you're selling out. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a trickle. Now, allegedly. Now let us leave the old world order behind, shake off the dust of those old alliances, and return to the Kim-Trump summit already in progress. It's taking place on Singapore's island resort of Sentosa, which is home to Universal Studios Singapore. Now, the negotiations are closed to the press, but they have released this picture. Okay. They're having a good time. We're on the brink of World War. Whee! Now, before they got down to business, Trump had an early birthday celebration with Singapore's prime minister. Here he is trying to blow the fruit off his cake. I don't trust fruit. And they're a gateway to vegetables. Again, we're taping this show before the summit happens. Supposedly, they're going to meet one-on-one, or one-on-in, for about 45 minutes. And Trump says he doesn't even need that much time to tell if Kim is serious about denuclearization.
How long will it take? I think within the first minute, I'll know. Just my touch, my feel. That's what I do.
Oh, we know that's what you do. When you're a star, they let you do it. My touch, my feel of cotton. Of course, Kim is playing his cards very close to his chest this whole week. In fact, now I'm being told that this is true. He is taking the extra precaution of bringing his own personal toilet to the summit to deny determined sewer divers insight into the Supreme Leader's stools. That's right. Kim Jong-un will literally not give a crap. So, what the hell is going on with Trump's foreign policy? Well, the Atlantic's Jeffrey Goldberg has been interviewing administration officials to see if they can describe what's called a Trump doctrine. And one senior staffer summed it up as, no friends, no enemies. Good news, we're halfway there. And Trump doesn't believe that the U.S. should be part of any alliance at all. And that even though allies expect a level of loyalty from us, he doesn't believe that this should factor into the equation. So no loyalty to any alliance, particularly if he just met a younger, hotter alliance, and the old alliance just had a baby. But perhaps...
Oh, that's cold.
That joke, I remind you, that joke's based on a true story. But perhaps the most succinct summation came from one Trump official who said, the Trump doctrine is, we're America, bitch. Huh.